Good morning, my students. Again, this is me, Dr. Hani Alhasani, and that's our course study skills for freshman students, English department at Isra University, Gaza. I'm very happy again I'm very pleased and I'm welcoming you again for the new chapter, which is chapter 13. Chapter 13, how to harness a digital you. It means how to use all of the digital issues that link to university. So when you make sure you leave university, at least you have more digital skills than you arrived with. And with this chapter, you can understand a lot of things related to technology, how to use this kind of technology with your study or research, or somehow in any way that helps you to learn better than in the class. So uh, within this kind of course, when you have this way of chapter, you need to pay attention for using all of these things or names or applications and try them in case you need to understand the concept of each one. So here the outline in the book, if you open your book, page number 124, you will recognize such chapter 13, and you will have the introduction for this chapter and the outline, and that's how we need to understand the outline. The Eguy says become digital student, work out loud, e-learning and virtual learning environments using your PC for research and virtual assessments. So these ideas that we could cover from the book. So we are following the book. This chapter is designed for everyone, from those who want to extend existing skills to those who are just starting to get digital. So in the university, nowhere has university changed more dramatically in the years since we first started writing these issues about technology. So the university focus more recently on the ICT. ICT means information and communication technology, and with this kind of skills, the student will be more into accepting the technology in case of submitting assignments, writing such essays or thesis or whatever research that already required for the university assessment or evaluation. And that's why the e-guy says, so being a student has changed. Already a student, not like before. You can't carry a lot of books like before. Nowadays you can save so many books in your mobile or smartphones or your laptop as PDF books, so no need to be the same student. And here, in truth, it changes all the time. We adapt, engage in different ways. Additionally, we use technology for many purposes in our social life and in our work, but more importantly, we can use it when we study. Again, knowledge of the new technology and how they can enhance our studies can give us great advantage. So no one will learn such apps or technology will be a kind of regretful person, or you will not regret if you know more of technology. Remember, being a student is like having a job. You need to correct tools to have to help you do your job more effectively. Desktops, laptops, tablets, and smartphones, these are the new technologies that comes up after or in 21st century. A lot of them already by many countries created and produced. Many students also use their own device for their own work. Working an assignment also can need or should involve properly such complicated diagrams, which is difficult to be write or to be done without tablets or smartphone. And last, we have using your tablet or smartphone to view, listen to your yesterday lecture, to communicate in the library, and finally, individual, you need to understand what works best for you. So as we mentioned, a lot of things you have to think when you have the technology, and maybe you can think about the applications, recent applications for your mobile, recent applications for the desktop or for PC, the technology for communication among students themselves. So this is the first one about Eguy says. So how students reflect. Second one, Western Eguy says hardware somehow. So when you have the hardware and software, you need to think about downloading. So in case of Facebook and WhatsApp, many students around the world already communicating by using Facebook and WhatsApp. If you check billions of students, you will find either application into their phone. Why? Because it's easier for us to communicate by using Facebook or WhatsApp. Understanding the software suit for our communication, like a fictionist student, and a basic cloud system. So here, if we think about cloud computing, you link your mobile or maybe PC to your laptop, to your folders, and maybe phone, and all of them together synchronizing with each other. And when you synchronize something, it means you are linking all the things together. You can find out your information in your mobile, you can find it in your laptop, you can find it in desktop, and you can find it in emails. And all of these issues, when you synchronize the photo, when you synchronize something, it means you can find out from where we can search for the saved files. And here, memory sticks, that's what we call memory sticks. If you see this picture, you can recognize Dropbox, Gmail, Google, and OneDrive, and Evernote. So we have here Google Docs, Dropbox, Evernote, or maybe, as we said, OneDrive. All of these for saving our work. Later on, we can view what is saved and what is there. And that's very important for you as a student to understand how you could use it. And for them, you can deliver them for Facebook. You can deliver these kind of documents to WhatsApp. You can deliver them also for Dropbox or for other applications like Line or Twitter. And the e-guys also here, we have one more application that we could talk about, which is used for the reference. When I ask you to do an assignment and to do referencing, so there is one application that called RefMe. It means reference me. You could find it on Google Play store. You can download it from the store. And what's the benefit of this kind of application? When you need to think about a reference, who is the or who is the author and what is the full reference, you can use your smartphone. How? You can scan the barcode. So sometimes there is a barcode uh, behind the book, and this barcode can give you full referencing. So when you have this kind of application and you just open the camera to scan the barcode, you will find the full referencing, and you will save your time of searching about the full reference. Sometimes many students, they will waste their time just searching for one reference. They couldn't find it fully or completely, and this kind of reference or this kind of application will save your time. It will give you via email, or you can just copy it after it traced by this application, and you put it in your own work. And then we have also a great thing about using Twitter. Twitter is a good platform using for learning, you could learn a lot. Why? Because you can follow so many professional academician or professional people around the world, and you can also recognize what are the updates for all of them, and that's very easy for Twitter. You could also comment or reply however you like. In 21st century, you can also use a Twitter Lite and the Twitter, both of them the same, one for maybe mobile, another for your PC. Also, becoming a digital student, work out loud. So when you have kind of digital students, you could realize something regarding digital age, how you can be effective in your study when you have the digital facilities. So we have here when we blog and tweet about our learning. So when you tweet, use Twitter or maybe Facebook about the different project or different project about reading. Many academics are doing this to build their own communities of practice and personal learning networks. So it's very important to have COP or PLN, personal learning networks. Currently, a lot of people think about personal learning networks because it helps you to upgrade your level and let people recognize your work. We want you to initiate this by blogging and tweeting your learning. When you blog and tweet, you will share others, and here there is a platform which called MOOCs, massive open online courses. So it's online courses opened for so many millions around the world. I will discuss with it in the next slide. So blogs are less formal than essays. So find a writing style that works in a blog. Customize your blog. Make it look good with pictures, user friendly and readable. Enjoy writing friendly and read and comment each time you read. Maybe you can leave a comment. You can also sign up for the three websites. You have wordpress.com, Weebly, and Blogger. So three websites for blogging, or you have your own blog, and you can attract people to your blog and ask them to check how is your work and what are the update or the up-to-date of your life. If you blog about this book, use hashtag ESS4, read and comment on many blogs from other ESS4. So that's for you if you need to check more about this book. And here you can see in the picture the blog here. It shows you how you can just write www.blogger.com or WordPress to find this picture. And here we come up to talk about MOOC or MOOCs, massive open online courses. It's very important to think about MOOC or MOOCs. So MOOC here recently, after 2016, a lot of people around the world started making their own online courses. So you need to download the online courses. You have to register and maybe pay such amount of money to get the course. So here, key aspect of learning, teaching, and assessment. It's called LTA, Learning, Teaching, and Assessment. So this is very important abbreviation. In the 21st century, university is a ubiquity of digital, and some parts of your course may be delivered online. For example, you need online videos or online podcast. All of this online. Follow the massive open course, online course. It means MOOCs. Or our advice here, you understand that it could be in all knowledge. It's not for one part, and also you need to follow it for few weeks. When we talk about courses, sometimes can be few weeks and sometimes can be intensive. Last, for typical learning MOOCs, it involves watching videos, reading online materials, and engaging in online discussion sometimes. So here in the picture, it recognizes, like here we have Coursera, Canvas, we have Udemy, you have iTunes U, and you have Open Learning, YouTube, edX. All of these in the picture could be about MOOCs. If I ask you, Udemy or Canvas or edX are part of MOOCs, you have to say it's correct, because you can see it offers online courses, online materials, and online videos. Next, we have e-learning and virtual learning. When we talk about e-learning or blended learning, it's kind of terms already used. Sometimes we have to deal with it during the corona pandemic disease. So we started with you talking or explaining a lot of things face to face. We have face to face classes, and now we moved again to e-learning or electronic platform to share with you such videos about the course. So you should definitely use your VLE, virtual learning environment, to help lecturers to track your progress. And maybe when we have the e-learning platform, we could check your assignment, we could check how you apply for something, and how you answer such questions. So it's very important for you as a student. Like in this picture, you can see how each student could be waiting in a laptop, and with a virtual learning environment. I couldn't be with you or face to face with you, so all the things, it's from far away, or learning online based on such different platforms. Next, we have uh, okay uh, so using your PC for research. So usually a lot of lecturers or teachers ask you to do a research, and nowadays, there is no attendance for the university. You need to use your internet. So using your library e-resources, sometimes you could open the university website and click on library and find library e-resources, or the resource for library online. Second, you can add tools for research from Google Scholar. As you see here in the picture, I bought Google Scholar. You could also uh, put this kind of website, Google Scholar, and also you can use Google Books as here. So you have such different ways of doing the research or searching for an information or a topic or an idea by Googling it. Bookmarking, it is useful to collate these resources, to keep them together in one place. So when you bookmark, there is such issues to save your time of searching. There is a website, or a good website, which called Zotero, and another called Mendeley. So Mendeley, Zotero, and EndNote can be for collecting research in a single platform, a single way. You can add PDF, images, audio, video files, and snapshots of web pages. Here is the picture. You can do the bookmarking by saving all of them within one page, and you can use also YouTube for research. You can also use Wikipedia, but bear in your mind, Wikipedia for research is not always accurate. Uh, Sometimes not even comprehensive, and maybe it's not or unbiased. Sometimes can be biased for such groups, or for such political parties, or for the government. So you cannot follow Wikipedia all the time. Virtual assessment. So currently, so many universities around the world, during the pandemic COVID-19 lockdown, they use online assessment, like assignment, exams, testing, and quizzes or essays. And here, the way for dealing with it, when you are applying a test online, or submitting uh, your assignment, you have the digital skill to demonstrate with it, our courses could be challenged, and the students will want to tell their classmates little about themselves and how they engage with virtual assessment. Usually, the virtual assessment could be faster than the traditional one. Why? Because you could recognize your mark very quickly, not usually like not as the traditional one. And last, we need to thank you for listening to us. I hope you could check out all of the information regarding to blog, regarding to Eguy says or the apps that we mentioned already, and you can check also the outline. I wish you the best luck for listening, and I'm very grateful or being kind of blessed when I talk to you from time to time. Thank you again and see you later, inshallah.